this 99, this criminal, this thief who has stolen Winnie Bafuasa for 99 years, this guy. I was shocked. I was like, na party no enyansafo ni mu biema na. But I'm not surprised. This is the most watched platform on the planet right now. Now, quick. This is a very interesting story I want us to look at. Now, near to Kromha, near to her, and Sam George, Eco Phase C, NPP, and NDC4 vetting committee. Sam George, at the end of the day, excelled. Ghana for who say John Dramani Mahama or Sam George say Ombeye communications minister no John Mahama did not make a mistake. Now near Tikrom ha ena omoko parliamentar omoko akwaji Sam George atum say on the ye communications minister no yehu sa akwa we ya ohu MPP fo so bojim say he Afenyo Markin president no pay you wa hwehwe MPP mo hu say mo agimi and when we say mumu bunu dodo no monkenkan mo yankwasiafo ma obeyusi mo ni enti Ghana and Afenyo Markin begina parliament ka kire Ghana for say opokoro ne nsa efri eyedien the endorsement of eyedien Sam George and that Sam George na ye be minister no onne ne mponche no mudi ne chi no omo de oma hohoro omo nsa they have nothing to do with it enye kwase we ne beka kire mo. That comedy didn't it happen in parliament? So I thought to say, as we speak, Sam George as the communications minister, the NPP in parliament, as a political party, they don't recognize him as a minister. Anamebwa. That is what every rational, intelligent human being be able to. Okay, yes, say akwa we de engineering tum ya ohre yansa. John Mahama de ma ye yempeno ye de endorse na mo endorse na engineering tum. Yen say or a minister, we don't see him as a minister. Until the moment Obeka then it means say Sam George Jumedi bia odibia no. Uni hu kwa say wodo kwase abebusa no question if you say we din kan hohoro wonsa. Et say wa wo ba na wa fra wo ba na ba fie na wa ka che ne say ma po bra ma wo. Ma hohoro men say fri obra ho. Ma po bra ma wo. Intade be kina be kona mema du egu ni so a. Say wa po ne bra ma no. It is a utwam na se one kobna tare dan ho na ye body to ni tishe gatem te servim lady ni tishe gatem na ye born doggy paper nti na okem me obetwam na oba na ye de ni tise ye de apem ye de edan ai ye de ntoma ahye eye ayi empechi se na be ya mpa ni nye dede na ye de ni tise ekua poki ye de atare mpa na ye body to na okem me because of paper so wo se wo po ne brama no. Inti se wapo ne bramana adenti na se akora no obotutu wo Maryland dia wo baje krata how and they sorry ya Afenyo Markin say I want the Minister of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations to brief us on the steps government is taking to resource GBC. Kwasi ampenyi na ose ono endorse Sam George no. Kwasi ampenyi na ose oma hohoro omonsa endorsement no mo nka ho. The Sam George baby ano they don't have nothing to do with it. Sa kwasi we gina parliament eyi nso hohoro ne nsa no. Kwasi we sa ka kire se Sam George mbra me ne answer. Also we kwasi a. Me ka kire mo say Afenyo Markin we Jimmy o 43 years so dey. We hu se mo party mo Jimmy. Onim se mo mududu mo Jimmy. Oba wapono dipa wa endorse no. Why do you need answers from him? And you see, the reason why we don't allow these people, or we always step on their neck and they say we need to let them understand. They say omuye MPs keke omu ni mnyansa nje obia. Tell me question pay you original parliament ASR concept MPP the 87 pigs no gune chino yes I was telling myself that this guy is a fucking idiot. He is basically leading this group of sheep into a ditch. They are so stupid, they don't know that the actions of Afenyo Markin, it is denigrating and it's also making the NPP unattractive to even the so-called neutrals. Into the guy's foolishness and drama now, one, he cannot stop any endorsement in parliament. Afenyo Markin bet to me, koto ewo Ghana ontumi stop anything in parliament. Say John Mahama ende oka say obiya better 6 months of Ghana ontumi nye bibia mfa ho parliament. It will happen. So when the NPP were following this crackhead, this Kasongo 99, this criminal, this thief who has stolen Winnie Bafuasa for 99 years, this guy, I was shocked. I was like, na party no enyansafo ni mu biema na. But I'm not surprised because Madam Patricia Apiejei na medwin say dwene woni timo nim nyansa ena wa ma akwara we akwara kitikiti kronfo we di party denim e wo parliament ena wo ma me panyina wo tuofu dwene o sori na obobon ntoma hye wonufu ase edi nkutu afa ho abowuti abetena parliament na small boy jimifo we ya te party ne enwo no ahorani a onim ne kurom ntene kasa ama kwasia we abegina party denim e twetwem te se ndompe na kwasia we gina parliament e hohoro ne nsa efutu PDD obi a otumi esuma obi se obi mba yankofa omo na onsan defend omo kromfo we na apiejei mo tete ho na jimini we hohoro ne nsa ade akyin a nipa na wapo de bra man na wontumi endorse no o ka kire ne se ombra na ombema wo answer ombema onni answer na se wo si answer. I thought Sam George was only endorsed by the NDC. So it's only the NDC that has the right to call Sam George for questioning. And I thought Sam George was only endorsed by the NDC. So why is the MPP led by a pig now bringing Sam George back? I thought you people didn't want to have anything to do with him. They be me catch the Ghana for, me catch the MPP for, until you change your ways, your leadership, the way they think. This Efutu PDD at the end of the day, a pedophile defender. Way okwaji obi yere ema nipa no nua akofa obi ba ema defending Afenyo Markin. A pedophile defender. Efutu PDD way baby oil asra ne ho a ode ne nam Ghana ne ho nyenya we no wasem part na mudi mu Jimmy di nechi. Why is he calling Sam George to come? He has no principles. This guy is so foolish. He acts on impulse. He is not able to think through issues. And you see, what Dinka Tnase analyze a party, no, we weigh on a level of intelligence. We weigh on when we say Omo Jimmy. We weigh when we say Omo base no enemy answer. We weigh when we say Omo is saying Kramai. So what he does, and then say he always touch Omo nerves. Yeah, we don't understand. We don't want to do this. No, Jimmy. Yeah, party no Omo Jimmy. Where Johnson and Johnson MPO baby oil jarre the throne say stram eche we hu yere no de chire no don kwase ma boat mu to atwatwene. Where Johnson and Johnson MP, where Johnson and Johnson minority leader, where PDD efutu PDD oh no otumi ji obi yere no asama nipa no a waje ne yere no ne ma osa tata ne ma wey such a filthy ingrate way and a mototo so na party amo say ya Asante for party amo na mo say mo nananom na teye na mama kwase ampanyi we onim ne chi abeje party na boso keka nkwase asem ontumi stop akokɔ for in parliament. Wey Johnson and Johnson minority leader we baby oil dware ne ma efutu PDD sakwa we odemu be ye adwuma odemu be gisika odemu be build the career ohun se mo agimi your base is so weak. Efutu PDD nim said the NPP base now utia asem are you not surprised because enya Afenyo we na ka say eye Sam George there and these MPP for they have nothing to do with him. Now buza the question on your day into Sam George mbema answer na on fanya day so endorse no you don't recognize him as a minister kwasia. Now here so somewhere very before I go on that I go to that Paris issue. ECG in 6 years from 2018 to 2023 made a cumulative loss of 23.4 billion. Now, sometimes when these things come up, maybe somebody Ghana for young people, me no kasembi. Se sanyoma we babon tenamu the scandals na government no air reacted to. Obi say and this for more the 50 days wa bemu adana munchi obia adana mamenchi bibi. On say right now you have seen series of pickups and I say ye chinkofo, ye inviting kofo, eba the police, and I say NIB. Now let me tell you one thing. So your investigations, this is what is going to happen. When you do investigations, the oral team, the NIB, the national security, they have a lot on people in Ghana. Make MPP for we my boy Chrono. They have a lot. If you make Johnny, hey, guy, we are friend of Kingsley Ajiman. Akwana no was scholarship secretariat no way. A certain MP will free Ghana 3 weeks or buy a bet channel. Kingsley Ajiman. Let me state this. Kingsley Ajiman, a sitting member of parliament, on a former boss of national service, national scholarship secretariat. Sakwana wo wie sika na ofri achim na achim fo hene bi no Boako hene na ne se gold o se copper hye ne sim na oto dim sem hunu no sa akwana na oye scholarship okobo kro no ambebete ne to no oye sitting MPO we free Ghana 3 weeks ni omba fie busa won sa adentra a whole sitting MPO bi ya to abama no Kingsley Ajiman Boako North ananya ho no oye MP Boako North ayin me no ka say we free Ghana about 3 weeks no ba fie o ya certain MP mumuza so o abrochire ye den o so be ko jail MP no wapo MP na maye no wakotena odwane akotena abrochire mo amowo Kingsley Ajiman no constituency mumusa ne so wen we jai MP na to ene wakotena abrochire adetia we di national service sika scholarship sika into oya MP no osuro so be fie into as we sit here about 3 weeks wa Gideon leave ye hu be onam Kingsley Ajiman ewiwe ya Mr. Let's get me his picture. Kingsley Ajiman ono na obedi atachia na the tise boat unim boat ai bongris atachia the tise achimpoli the tise bongris sa Kingsley Ajiman no on na bedi atachia de atachia kwase ampanyi kwotena housing ministry osensan kwase contract kwase ampanyi nenim tum sa bidi ase ofri one of the cromfo we be share ho Kingsley Ajiman me no ka say a certain MP we took 3 weeks on ma fie wato wurem. Now I want to tell Ghanaians something. A lot of investigations also. Now when you do investigations, now we are the person who investigating no. Thank you very much team. This is the Kingsley Ajiman guy akwawe I mean fan nchiremo mumbusa ne so wen osloso be ko jail akwhye so she Morocco so she Tunisia o ye betwena ba akwawe Boako North ai akwawe mumbusa ne so wen ne constituency for mumbusa ne so wen akwawe ewi bia ne nse o se o tukwa akwa brochira banansen ya ye ntin nka biem we jai Boako North ne siwo we dwane this guy mumbusa the constituency for Owen Kingsley Ajiman. Where is Kingsley Ajiman? Now I want to break something down to Ghana for governance, very complex. And when it comes to political prosecution, political prosecution, it is very complex. You need to be very tactical because politicians, before they commit the crime, they look for loopholes. And majority of MPP young boys are they all wanted to enter parliament. Oh, you did not parliament. Oh, will be to say Jefferson Saki no parliament. Akosu amen ne se ebini. No so parliament. Oh, sir, Ekwewusi, Charles Bisiu. They all wanted to enter parliament because they know the crimes they had committed. Now, when it comes to prosecuting people, you need to be tactical about it. You don't have to be emotional about it. And he said, "Okaso wakuma abanti mechiwe." No, you need to be tactical. Send your beya uso bitedwema, uso ni mua answer onye no hono na ese ono ni tiati. Now, a lot of investigations have gone on. It is obetia, obesi yesi afrewe waba, ya chinatum, ya mani bail. Now, what you need to do as a prosecutor is that after you do your investigations, you need to invite that person or you go search for a warrant and arrest the person. Now, you cannot prosecute without the statement of the offender. TMA. You cannot prosecute anybody without taking a statement from Nipana Odi Boneno. So, as a prosecutor, your first thing you need to do is say, when you get your facts right, when you get your evidence right, The next thing you do is that now you go for an arrest. When you arrest, then you take statement from the person. Nipani statement na obejina so e dey prosecute. Because without the statement from the person, what are you prosecuting? Into your investigations. Oh, eye Kingsley Agyemang. Oh, that scholarship secretariat where we ska. Say me chiwe nna na say me were allegations against you are. And I say me were case against you are. You need to also write to defend yourself. Because with statement, and you kojina court odi bere den odi betwitwa wo ho. Enti either you call a lawyer or you yourself you write your statement. Enti when you see the Attorney General's office acting slowly, when you see the NIB office acting slowly, and now the oral team and the intelligence committee institutions acting carefully, they are making sure say before they come after you, they have enough, and then you have to write a statement, because the moment you write a statement, then they can prosecute. It told us you are from NIB. Now say you're releasing now the statement now what you know, and only a better one they prosecute too. Into the invitation, the baby. So nobody should panic and say, and this yaba, she see. No, you need to build your case. You need to bring those people in. They need to put their statement on record. Then you prosecute based on their response. Because so our more response when to me our statement you cannot prosecute. That person needs to also have fair hearing. So a person man a lawyer mra as we are 2000. Yene wa Auditor General's Attorney General's office documents say sika we are yeni u obi bi ka ohwana I'm obi bi ka manfa we dey fam nsem manfa we omutom wi a wa sign yours and the enko court na ko chire mu court na judge na entie wa asa no entie ma asa na hwe nipa obokro no. So when you see them inviting people, it means there are lots and lots of cases. Let me tell you, there are hundreds of cases that the Attorney General's office is overwhelmed. So many cases. You need to be tactical about the way you go by these things. You need to be careful and tactical about the way you go by these things. You cannot just get up and say, my prosecutor. You need to have your evidence. And it's a and that's how we invite na the statement, and no we so the prosecutor. It would say the Attorney General, the investigating department, and now the Special Prosecutor's Office, they need your statement. Your statement, remember, the green light, to prosecute. You cannot go prosecute somebody without a person having a statement on record. You can't. These are the criminals in the system. Mumusa eyede Boako noto se de niem for se Kingsley Agyemang owahi. Now, invitations in the bebre Nana B say oyewi Nana B say I inviting Nana B amensuro ye be inviting Nana B. Yeah. Nana B will be invited. Kojo Fosun Kansa will be invited. Now, Mustafa Hamid away abe watwen kwan waton wure watenenka. No. Mustafa Hamid say on Boako no. Say a Jew statement. Udru court no akwachire court say on Boako no. Here as we speak. Oh, guy near friend Gideon Boako. Akwadoko Parliament. Let me tell you something. The nasty part of Gideon Boako kwasi ade oye say. Do you know say Gideon Boako now is moving around? Na yiri adwuma o Bank of Ghana. Today Gideon Boako is going to Bank of Ghana telling the leadership number one say they should not transfer his wife. And me omubusa say why? Because on the na yiri. And na me busa Gideon Boako say wo ma me transfer wo yiri emfri Bank of Ghana. Na omo muti sirem na omo ye adwuma Bank of Ghana omo ye moa kwasia. Gideon Boako's wife, I'll bring her picture here for you to see. One corrupt lady at the Bank of Ghana. Gideon Boako, Baomia Edna Uwe Sikadeko Parliament. Today, he's going to Bank of Ghana back and forth, telling them, say he's begging them, don't transfer my wife. Kwasia, no, Omutis Remuna Uwe Bank of Ghana, no, Omo Moa. Omo Muti Bikroma Yodo, Central Region, Eye Juma Bank of Ghana, Omo Moa. Omo Muti Takrade, Omuti Ghana, no, Uwe Juma Bank of Ghana, no. Omo Moa, or you know, Bank of Ghana, Papadia. And a foolish fool like Gideon Boako can go to Bank of Ghana and say, please don't transfer my wife. They should not transfer your wife, but they should transfer somebody's wife. The audacity for these fools. And I'm sitting here, measure. Gideon Boako's wife needs to be transferred. They need to kick her out of Bank of Ghana. I'll bring her picture. I'll bring her record. She's not supposed to be at the Bank of Ghana. Why is she at the Bank of Ghana? Those were the people who enabled the printing of monies. Gideon Boako. Those were the criminals. Ochina meden picture ba beto ha obi ehu no. Ewifo na modwen se mobetuma wiaya kobi se Yesu beba. Kwasi aba oti Bank of Ghana adisra na no ache di nkwasi asem no. She did not resign. She sat in there, took all the money and gave you Gideon Boako to go to parliament. Kwasia. Na obi yire na enko srem. Obi yire na enko boase. Obi yire na enko asankrigwa abuofunu wo na wo yire senkran. Meboa. Mo na mo bodam. Na mama djudwam nchira mo. This issue was about the ECG. Eti enena make catch Ghana for say when you see the damage ECG aya, the damage under napo, the damage under omo anomo head ECG. Sa Dubik Mahama, that chain smoker, in a space of about 7 years. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Sanko Fuwe Boaka 23.4 billion. Right now, no, Odeba dollars ma $1.5 billion. Now you ask yourself, say, now into Mutina office, where your audited report, Mutina office. Now, where you say, I'm mismanaging. And then in a few months, because you have what is somewhat to parliament in the TV, so catch say you want to advise the government to do what? Lots and lots of people will be invited to Yoko, to BNI, to Attorney General's office. So many of them, Kabieni Ghana, Dubik Mahama, the former ECG boss, Onibi wa Ghana. Sabueno, Otumiko did a holiday, ewo Portugal. Omutumito cigar every UK. Normally they call Portugal. Dubik Mahama mo omutumito na sandbox normal order pizza every UK. Dubik Mahama. Sa boy na olidi ECG no. Omuna one baomia team Godfred Gideon ba sa Gideon na be body no. Gideon Boako one akwana mo friend alolo no. Omuna omude Hoptel deal ne bae. ECG Hoptel. Sa ECG credits na prepaid no. Sa Gideon Boako no on Dubik Mahama mono any Hoptel for no omo link it up. Almost $1.6 billion ayira. Ye we election ya kwasi for Dubik Mahama not to Dubai. Ye we election o tamusika not to Dubai. Kwasia or this small girl be. I'll show you the girl's picture. Or talk dying. No, I talk. Can't be any Ghana. So Kwasia any be. See a car with the tour. Near Tenakrum. See, it's a process. It is a process, and all these boys, they are all going to answer questions, and most of them are going to go to jail. And anytime I catch you say, so we are government, and you want to make sure you reset the system. John Mahama, I've been 50 days per office. Attorney General, I've been 50 days per office. Memma Obian Predo say, who build a better case, it doesn't take long to prosecute. Oh, say, Godfred Damina, Nenaya se Croch on Nam Ghana. No. Oh, say because he's a bad Attorney General, he could not build a better case. And it's na Opunimu case, we saw his foolishness. If we say he did not have a case against them, he was rushing to do a political case. He wanted Ghana for to think it's Opuni a crime for. He was just putting things outside. And that is a mistake the NDC Attorney General should not make. You should not be forced into prosecuting. You should be deliberate. You should be calculated. You should make sure when you grab, you should not be too excited to say, we are under pressure to prosecute. You need to prosecute, but you need to make sure that your case is built on a solid ground. And so you will be quarter. Also making sure that the case is done. On say Godfred Damemono, they were political lawyers. They did not have the brains to prosecute. They were just doing things to please the MPP dogs. Into Usho Puni case na case now, a lot of the cases now, they did not have any grounds. They were just persecuting people. Persecution. They were just doing it for the gallery. They were doing it for political points. They did not have a very solid case to prosecute. And until every case 3940 Godfrey Damian Pachina, with all due respect to Apache 4, he could not succeed. If we say he's not a good lawyer, he could not build a solid case because at the end of the day, he was just doing politics. Ayenini is an experienced lawyer. He needs to understand it is not the number of people you take to court. It is how you prosecute, you make your case. It is how you take your time to build your case. You need to have a solid case, an airtight case that anybody that you grab cannot escape. So a case in your good within 6 months will be better jail. Within 3 months will be the jail. So in your case, that's a space is the it's tough to prosecute. So my advice to the Attorney General is that he should not be in a rush. He should take his time, build his cases, and attack. Yes, he should never be in a rush to prosecute. He should be calculated. He should make sure, say, Ansana Obeko after somebody, no, he has every single I dotted, T crossed, every single detail taken care of before he goes after anyone. Sending by a prosecution will be easy. Because a prosecutor, that's enough. That's why build the case no enough. Judge not to one. He's just a supervisor. You get what I mean? Me say. So we a lawyer, we a prosecutor. Now say ultimately build a better case. Every judge be obeshi obiano or just a supervisor. Or oh yes. Oh, thank you. Oh, good. Oh, proceed. Sa no be no really case no. Now, so case in airtight, not to credit that one. The judge will intervene and protect a criminal, and not all judges. Judge be or person or protect a criminal no. So we a prosecutor, that's okay case in airtight. So judge can intervene and set criminals free. And intina, the Attorney General should be very careful. He shouldn't be in a rush. In fact, you know something? John Mahama appointment no. I can tell you. There are some appointments they are solid. And me personally, I'm very happy about those appointments. Number one appointment I'm so happy about a Bank of Ghana governor. Yes. The governor of Bank of Ghana. Sir appointment na John Mahama who say he's an intelligent man. This man, John Mahama, say governor of Bank of Ghana. I am giving you people less than 6 months. You will see the difference in your economy, in the numbers. Ghana Nyanka no Krintra. The work this man was doing, how he stabilized the economy, how our monetary policy, how Ghana, your currency issues, how the Bank of Ghana was being run. Yena Nyanka no Krintra. Say ye near the performance of this man who has been reappointed. Time and now or your deputy governor Krana. You could see his contribution. You could see, say, the work this man did when Mahama was in office. He is the right person to be the BOG boss now. And his appointment is one of the best appointments any president can make. Yes. On any appointment, one of the most solid appointments John Mahama make here. Because I am yet to hear anybody say, this man, who is now the Bank of Ghana governor, he is not competent to fill that position. Because we are going to tell IMF, they could not say anything emphatic, say, this guy falls short. This guy did this. Their banking cleanup exercise, ever since there, they have not been able to justify it. They just wanted to persecute the man. They use Addison to print money. And I am telling you people, from what I know, he has put out some 5 points which he wants used to guide the leadership at the Bank of Ghana and also change our economic situation when it comes to managing our finances at the Bank of Ghana. And when you take your time and read the 5 or 6 points he wants to use as a guide to make sure our monetary policy issues, you will sit back and you know, say, he knows what he's doing. And these are the kind of things. And you see the governor of Bank of Ghana now, you look at somebody like John Jinapo as the energy minister. You look at people that have been picked to head positions. You sit back and you're like, right. Go to Ghana Gas. they are the person who was appointed. I took my time to read about him. He's one of the young people one of the young engineers, practical engineers, who build a Ghana gas. You know, go and read his resume. They are not mere people. Oh. These are people who know what they are doing. They are experts in their positions. Me, every appointment John Mahama makes, I read the person. I take my time and go deep and analyze Nipana John Mahama yin say, Ombe headed this particular place. And one particular person reading about him, I was shocked. Hey, the Ghana gas guy. He is one of the past 6 normal building Ghana gas under Tamils. He's an engineer. He knows how Ghana gas works. They built it from scratch. These are people who understand their job. Because you have 4 MP before we buy it, and they run it down. But these are people who know what they're doing. Go to GMPC, the guy there. Have you read about him? Go and see his background. These are people who know what they are doing. These are people who are professionals. They have an idea about a job.